New details tonight on one county's push to axe almost all of its early voting sites.
Columbus County's Board of Elections is considering getting rid of 4 out of the 5 early voting locations. And WECT's Connor Smith talked with the board's chair earlier today. So Connor, why are they considering getting rid of those sites?
Yeah, the board chair, Jillian McPherson Edge, says it's just about saving money. She says the early voting sites, except for the one in Whiteville, are putting a strain on taxpayer dollars and the board's budget. That's because those locations aren't as busy as the one in Whiteville. As it stands, Columbus County would have sites across the county with locations in Whiteville, Chadbourne, Tabor City, Fairbluff, and Riegelwood. But Elections Board Chair Jillian McPherson Edge has suggested only opening the one in Whiteville. That's despite state data showing a majority of Columbus County votes in the last midterm election in 2022 were cast early and not cast in Whiteville. Hillary Harris Klein with the Southern Coalition for Social Justice, a nonprofit advocacy group, says they're pressuring the board to reverse course.
The closure of 4 out of 5 early voting sites in a county the size of Columbus County, it's one of our largest counties. I mean, that is an unprecedented and severe restriction on voting. It was very surprising and extremely concerning.
The board chair sent me this statement today, quote, "No decisions have been made and all election day precincts will remain open. Our goal is to balance voter access with fiscal responsibility while maintaining the integrity and efficiency of our elections," end quote. The board chair did tell me it is unlikely that 4 sites will ultimately be closed. She says a new proposal expected to be introduced on Monday will include at least 2 open locations. We'll let you know what the board decides. Connor Smith, WECT News.